like I've begun to explore the world of video gaming a lot more since working on Mythic Quest. But I have to say, if we're talking about hours racked up and like the most time and investment that I've spent in the world of a game, it's The Sims.
Yeah.
Love it. Same here. Big Sims fan.
I should. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Movie Podcast. My name is Shahbaz, and of course, I am joined by my fellow game tester. No, I feel like we'd be more than game testers. We would be game developers.
Got you. Now, here's the thing, Shay. Now you got yourself in a sticky situation because now you said we're better than game testers.
Did I say better?
Yeah, we could do.
I said we're more
better. Yeah, but are you saying they're less?
I'm saying that everyone that's involved in the gaming industry is obviously lazy, and they clearly are reusing animations out there, and PS5 is better than Xbox, and what other controversial things can I say that people always say on the internet about video games?
PC's
Master Race,
worst place to play.
Oh, it's the worst place to play. Sorry, I wasn't sure.
It's the worst place. I'm trying to be controversial.
There's two angles to go with usually when it comes to these things.
Right,
everyone in the gaming community, like, hats off to everybody, because right now, obviously, we just dropped a review for God of War Ragnarok, and all we could do was praise the hell out of that game. Don't worry, when the game is out, we will be having a spoiler episode about that as well, because I don't think we're done talking about it, Daniel. And again,
no, we're not done. We're never done talking about it.
No. And again, of course, the voice you heard, Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, we are in such a great year of TV shows, and we're in such a great year of video games. Like we're just spoiled with how much greatness is happening right now, and I'm just excited to talk to you and talk to the people that we have on today's show. It's awesome.
Man, we have quite a list of people. A list, it's like Santa's list at the end of the year. It's that long, I'd say. And guess what? All these people on the nice list, I'd say.
I would definitely say they're all on the nice list.
Yeah, let me tell you who you're talking to. If for some reason you have avoided reading the title of this video, you ignored the thumbnail, and you just went, you know what, I'm going to go blind. I'm going to skip in about a minute into this video and just hear what they have to say. We're speaking with David Hornsby, Charlotte Nicdao, Imani Hakim, Danny Pudi, Ashley Burch, Jessie Ennis, and Naomi Ekperigin from Mythic Quest. I'm having trouble just deciphering all those names that I said to you.
It is a long. I don't blame you. It is a long list of names. But Mythic Quest is also one of our favorite shows. I think when we look at the incredible lineup of shows that we've gone from Apple TV Plus to Ted Lasso's, the After Parties, Severance. Severance. Oh my God. Mythic Quest is one of those shows, especially because you and we love games and we love the world of video games. I think this is the show that gets that. Like, it understands. It's not trying to be cool. It's not trying to just to drop references. It's not trying to just like be like, oh, we're about video games, so this is it. This show is as much as about video games as The Office was about paper.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is just the backdrop. This is the setting. Here's the actual characters you're going to care about. Here's these relationships. Here's this world that you may know. But when you get onto this side, I'm like, this is a really accurate portrayal of what the video game industry and video game development looks like.
I absolutely agree with you, and I think what's great about this show as well is, luckily it's partnered with Ubisoft, studios when it comes to the cutscenes that they get, and I'm sure a lot of advice they probably get from Ubisoft as well. Oh
yeah, for sure.
So the nuance of video games, the jargon, the verbiage, everything is right on point. It never seems like one of those sitcoms where they're trying to throw a bunch of words at you to make you believe that they're in video games.
Yeah, it's like, natural. It feels very natural.
You're playing a video game. They're like, oh man, the boss is just at level 20. I gotta use my blinding stone to kill him. Like it's nothing cheesy. It's all feels believable. But again, like you mentioned, it's about the essence of these characters and kind of the trials and tribulations of them. And so far, in the first 2 seasons, we got some amazing character development. We got a lot of fantastic episodes, and at the end of season 2, we got like almost a bit of and every season you do, but like a cliffhanger that was kind of like, oh, this is gonna change the landscape of where this show is gonna go now. And I'm like so excited to talk more about the show as well, because we will have a review. We have a review, sorry, out for episodes 1 and 2 with Anthony on there as well. And we really go into it and we talk about what we liked about it, what we think could be better. And again, it's I believe a 9-episode season for 3. Is it not?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so very, very excited to get in all of that. Dan, how did you find this interview went with these interviews? Sorry, there's so many.
It's great. We getting a chance to talk to the people that we love in the show is always amazing, and it's rare that we get to talk to so many people from a show. So we kind of like in the span of an hour, we're just like, okay, and now you're talking to David, and now you're talking to Imani and Charlotte, and now you're talking to Naomi and Danny, and then now you're talking to Ashley and Jessie. So it's like, we just were kind of going room to room to room.
It was rapid fire.
It was rapid fire, but it was so much fun. And at the end of the day, it's like, man, I just wish we had more time with them. But I'm so excited to be sharing all of our like reels and videos and all of our socials very, very soon. So just look out for all of that, because it was awesome.
Absolutely. And you and I are huge fans of Horizon, the video game series on PlayStation. So talking to Ashley Burch about that was a lot of fun. And then we have we're fans of Community, so seeing Danny Pudi, who plays Abed in the show, that was great. And of course, we bond and we jest all the time over Sunny, aka Always Sunny. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So to talk to David Hornsby and pretty much knowing that a lot of the writers for this show and the staff behind it pretty much just work in tandem with Always Sunny is definitely fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Now, I didn't get to do our little spiel at the beginning of the show, so if anyone new is joining today, this is for them. If you're a regular listener to the Movie Podcast, which I'm assuming you are, go ahead and skip 15 seconds into the show, because I'm sure those 15 seconds are very precious, and you don't want to be like, oh, I already know all this stuff. I have it tattooed on my neck, so just in case. Don't people do that? Wouldn't people have a neck tattoo of our spiel in the beginning of the show?
Well, I recommend the back just so there's more space.
No, but I'm just saying when they're in the mirror, they can be like, as always, you can catch a brand new episode of the Movie Podcast every single Monday, and watch out throughout the week for our news, reviews, and interviews that drop randomly. Make sure you're following the Movie Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, and don't forget to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Join our Discord and write into the show at hello@TheMoviePodcast.ca. Check out our show notes for all of that below. I'm assuming that's like right here from the neck, if you're watching on YouTube, all the way down to probably the chest area.
Yeah, I think you could get down there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Any announcements, Daniel, before we kind of kick it to these interviews?
We have so many incredible reviews and interviews out on the feed right now. So please, if you are on the Movie Podcast feed and you're like, hey, what else do these jabronis get up to? Check it out. We just dropped our Wakanda Forever review. We have an interview with some of the cast, Ludwig Göransson, who is the composer, you could check out as well too. Like Shay said at the top of the show, we have our God of War Ragnarok review, which you can listen to spoiler free, and there's lots more. The menu, Bones and All is coming. There's so much to listen to, so don't miss any of it. You don't want to miss it, because it's all great. It's all great.
No, there's a lot. There's exactly, and I think this is that time of year where we're just getting out of the summer busy season, even though there's Wakanda Forever still, there's Avatar coming out. So yeah, I don't think it stops. And every time we think we're about to take a break, we're immediately humbled and reminded, no break. Get back to work.
You're working forever. Like, oh, okay.
All right, and let's go ahead and welcome the cast of Mythic Quest, starting off with David Hornsby, then Charlotte Nicdao, Imani Hakim, Danny Pudi, Ashley Burch, Jessie Ennis, and Naomi Ekperigin.
Hi, David. I'm Daniel.
I'm Shahbaz.
How are you?
Yo, how's it going?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us on the Movie Podcast today. We adore this show. We're also huge Sunny fans. I legit have a framed picture of Rumham on my wall in the other room that Shay got me. So this is a big honor for us. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Good.
One of my favorite quotes in the entire series actually comes in the first episode of this new season. Ian tells Poppy that it might not be the call that yields the best results, but that doesn't make it wrong. First off, amazing. But I'm also curious, how important is it for you to keep all your characters, especially a character like Ian, vulnerable?
Well, it's always important to keep stretching the characters. So I think we want to, whether he's vulnerable or we want to keep them sort of having this new dynamic and them constantly being challenged. So I think it's going to be funny when he's vulnerable. I mean, the second you make fun of his height and he, lashes back, for example, that's vulnerability. Of course, there's deeper signs of vulnerability too throughout the season. I think it's important for him to keep trying to evolve. He's a character who wants to evolve, but also can't evolve more. There's only so far he can go afield from who he truly is.
David, on this show, you wear many hats, obviously with the writing and directing. Now you're finally in this director's chair. What excited you most about that challenge?
People had to do what I said. Felt good.
You really channeled your character.
It felt good to yell quiet on set. No, it was fun. I like to do, creative things. Certainly I like to write, I like to act, I like to draw, I like to do a lot of things that I find that are crafty. And so this was just another way to kind of do that. It was, another way you could design a shot, you could, all that stuff that was fun. And I found myself being very engaged as I came up with new ideas on the set to, if we get that snow globe and then we can put that there and let's reshoot that little thing we did. And, it felt a little bit like a college project sometime,
right?
Which the cinematographer loved. I'm sure.
Now, just before we wrap up here, we gotta ask, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Oof, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm a heavy FIFA player. So I've got some hard feelings against FIFA 23 right now, but it's a complicated relationship. I think I'm a Halo player, devotee. I'm always going to buy the latest version because there's just not a first-person shooter out there like it.
Absolutely.
David, thank you so much for your time. We are such huge fans of yours, and as we said, we adore the show. We can't wait to see what you get to do next. We really hope we get to see you in Sunny again soon too, because we missed you last season.
Yeah, listen, I hear you, fellas. Write to your local senator.
Thank you so much again, man. Take care. We'll talk to you next time.
Hi, Charlotte and Imani. My name is Shahbaz.
I'm Daniel.
How are you?
Shahbaz and Daniel.
How are you guys doing today?
Great. How are you?
We're doing great.
We're doing good. We should have been in sync.
Done it in sync as well. This whole interview we should do. Yeah.
We'll do an acapella style. I like this.
Call and response.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the new season. We absolutely love the show and your performances in it. Imani, we get to see a new side of Dana this season, one where she takes charge of her own destiny. How excited were you to explore that?
Very excited. I feel it's very important that we've established Dana now as her own individual person outside of her relationship with Rachel. And it's exciting to see how she's blossoming and really embracing this new challenge for herself. She took a leap of faith and teamed up with Ian and Poppy, and she's learning so much from them, but also learning so much about them as a team, and they are just not very good mentors at all.
Yeah, you're constantly playing like a referee between them.
Yes, exactly.
For Charlotte, Ian tells Poppy that it might not be the call that yields the best results, but that doesn't make it wrong, which it challenges Poppy. But I'm curious for yourself, did that quote resonate with you at all?
It's a very confusing piece of advice. What he's essentially saying is go with your gut, and if you fail, refuse to accept it. Which,
right.
I mean, I can definitely see how that can be a helpful way to move through the world. It's not really the way that I move through the world. Maybe I should take that advice, be a little bit more certain of my own failures.
I love that.
Do you feel like you relate a lot with Poppy when it comes to the whole show?
I think that I relate some with Poppy. I'd like to think that I'm a little bit less of a narcissist, but, I guess I'm not the person that gets to decide that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with this thing.
Right. Imani kicking in. Yes,
you
of course.
You see me insecurely looking over at Imani right? Am I a narcissist?
I'm not, right?
But one of the things that I love about Poppy is that she is sort of an unapologetic mess. And I wouldn't say that I'm as messy as Poppy, but I think that one of the things that I really relate to her character about is the fact that she messes up. She's imperfect. She's constantly misconstruing both her own and everyone else's intentions. And it's kind of fun to get to play that in a way that is so blatant and so ridiculous.
And it's nice to see a lot of the characters on the show get to be vulnerable. like, and it's always nice to see that. Now, I'm curious for both of you. Of course, we couldn't finish this interview without asking both of you, what's your favorite video game of all time?
Ooh, of all time. Okay. Mine is very simple. I love Tekken because I just want to whoop some, I just want to but my partner, I do. But the game I just finished is No Way Out.
Nice.
With my partner, which was very, very fun to play.
I love it.
I feel like I've begun to explore the world of video gaming a lot more since working on Mythic Quest. But I have to say, if we're talking about hours racked up and like the most time and investment that I've spent in the world of a game, it's The Sims.
Yeah.
Love it.
Same here. Big Sims fan.
I should. I'm so happy.
Well, thank you again so much for joining us on the show today. We love the season so much, and we can't wait for people to see it. And hopefully, we get to see you guys come back for another season as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Hello, Naomi. Hi, Danny. How are you?
Good. Hi.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Shahbaz.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. We are such big fans of both of you, and we love you in the show. So this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Naomi, first and foremost, I'm so happy we get more Carol this year.
Thank you so much. Yes, me too.
Yes. Right? How excited were you to be able to explore who Carol was? And I'm curious, how much of Carol is you?
Just like Carol, I'm tired and don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? We have that in common. But other than that, I think that's really it for us. But I was so excited, the chance to play this character. I mean, she's such a fun character to play for me. I love the way she goes off on people.
Yes.
And the way she just constantly saying, get out of here is, so fun. So the chance to do more of that, but now see her in slightly different situations where she has to, as opposed to taking in everyone else's problems, this time Carol got her own problems. She's got to figure them out.
I love that.
Danny, first, I'd be remiss to say that we're huge fans of yours also from Community, and we can't wait to see what happens with the movie. But for this season, you got to wear many hats along with being in the director's chair. What excited you most about that challenge?
It was my first time directing, so that was incredibly exciting, and I love this show, and to have a chance to try this completely new challenge in this very familiar and warm environment was really special. So I've always wanted to do it. I never felt like I was ready, and this was kind of a wonderful way to start, And I think our show has such a great blend of humor and heart that for me, I wanted to make sure I just captured, and also leaving room for spontaneity and things that kind of naturally happen when we're on set. So that was just, it was just awesome. It was awesome and a great learning experience. I felt like I was back in college or film school, just learning so much, taking notes.
But then Danny also said no one was allowed to look him in the eye.
No,
right.
It's real. Just don't look at me.
Different
big
persona.
Rules on set,
Yeah.
Big personality in the chair. Well, before we wrap up, guys, just have to know, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Wow, whatever Danny says is
Breath of the
mine.
Wild. I'll say Breath of the Wild is my favorite of all time.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Great choice.
Gorgeous. That I know.
Yeah.
I can agree. That is a stunning game.
I agree. I love it.
It is.
Can't wait for Tears of the Kingdom next year. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll hear your thoughts on it too. And I hope that we get to talk to you guys again very soon. We are very excited to see what comes next in this world. We love the show. We love you both in it. So thank you again for your time today, and we hope to get to talk to you soon.
Thank you.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Hello, Ashley and Jesse. My name is Shahbaz.
I'm Daniel.
How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Thank
We
you
are
for
great.
asking. Congratulations on the new season. We absolutely love the show and your performances in it. Ashley, congrats on the release of Horizon this year. We're huge Aloy stands, and we can't wait to see what comes next.
Thank you.
In the show, you get to wear a lot of hats, but in this season, you also got to sit in the director's chair. What was that challenge like of kind of, balancing so much?
It was really, really gratifying. I love our crew so much. I love our cast so much. And it really felt like, there was no chance I was going to fall on my face because everyone would be there to catch me. So it just gave me such a huge appreciation for all the people that work on our show. And even just getting to see, like, there are certain people that I didn't get to see do their jobs as an actor because you would get, taken off set so people could set up. And I was watching our dolly grips just moving stuff around like they were moving in water. And it was like, everyone is so good at their jobs and so impressive. And it just gave me like a whole other appreciation for everyone that works on our show. I loved it. It was so fun.
That's amazing. Jessie, for yourself, we get to see a different side of Jo this season, and we really get to see her outside of her comfort zone to even try and make friends. Did it excite you to get to explore a more vulnerable side of her personality?
It did. It was really fun. I'm realizing more and more that episode was born out of a couple of broken jerks who don't have anything better to do. And so Rachel pitches that we go to brunch and have pancakes because she's also pretty hungry and poor. And then we learn pretty quickly that brunch isn't really an environment in which Jo thrives. And so she wants to take them to her idea of how to bond and unwind. And we go and crush some cars. And that was all just a really fun episode to get to shoot. And then the payoff later on when we see how, important that bonding session was for Jo and how forgettable it may have been for the other two.
Right.
Was also a really, really fun thing to get to play with. And I love getting to see the softer side of Jo this season. It's something that I feel grateful to get to do. It's unique to get to be on a show for this long and to get to show so many aspects of a character because these days it's pretty rare.
Mm-hmm. Right. And for both of you, brunch, yes, no? Are you guys fans of brunch?
Love a brunch.
Oh, big fan of brunch.
Okay, good. Just got to make sure.
Meal.
We had to make sure. And really quickly, before we wrap up, we wish we had more time with you, but we have to know, favorite video game of all time. Ashley, you could cheat and say your own if you want to, but if there's another one.
There's many that Ashley
There's many. Well. There's many that you're in.
Your answer.
Man, I just replayed Mass Effect 2, and that game is so good. It's not, I can't pick just one, but that's the one that I played most recently, and I just remembered how much I completely adore it. And so I'll say Mass Effect 2.
I love it.
I should never follow Ashley Burch about like gaming. I've had to do this all day long. It's not smart. I should just say that. Tetris is my answer.
I love it.
I love
classic.
Tetris.
I love it.
Well, amazing. Well, again, thank you guys so much for joining us on the show, and we can't wait for everyone to see this new season. And it was an absolute blast to talk to you today. So take care.
Thank
you.
you
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
And we're back. Okay, that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Got to talk to them about their show, about all the stuff that they're doing. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for where the season is going to go next. And of course, you can listen to our episode 1 and 2 review of the show with Anthony as well. Because you know what? You want to probably hear his thoughts and opinions. They're usually always wrong, but you know what? He doesn't listen to the show. So it doesn't matter, right? What we say about Anthony.
But he's probably editing this video right now and be like, yeah I'll show them. I'm going to CG someone to like break into Shay's room right now. And
wow, the budget for this show has only gotten bigger every season. You know what? Just like Mythic Quest.
Exactly that. I mean, it's awesome talking to this huge group of people. So much fun. This show is so good, and it's an honor to have them on the show. Thank you to Apple TV for making it happen for us.
I really hope we get a season 4 because I really, really, really want this show to continue because it just encompasses everything I love about video games and TV and movies.
100%. It has to be getting a season 4.
I hope so. Well, that was our special edition episode of the Movie Podcast, talking to this incredible cast. Again, if you don't remember who we talked to because for some reason you got amnesia, on the way to the end of this episode, we just spoke with David Hornsby, Charlotte Nicdao, Imani Hakim, Danny Pudi, Ashley Burch, Jessie Ennis, and Naomi Ekperigin. We're probably going to have them on the show again when season 4 comes out. So we can't wait to reference this interview with them and be like, hey, do you remember last year when we did this? And they'll be like, of course we do. That was my poppy. I don't know if it came
that was
off.
a pop. Oh, okay.
Was that a good poppy? I couldn't tell.
The jury's out on that one. I'll let you know in season 4.
Yeah, well, but they're probably asleep right now because it's Australia, right? So, as always, you can catch a brand new episode of the Movie Podcast every single Monday, and watch out for our interviews and reviews that drop out of nowhere sometimes. Like you're just sleeping and bam, it's on your phone. Make sure you're following us at the Movie Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd, and obviously rate us 5 stars on the Apple Podcast and Spotify. Write in the show at hello@TheMoviePodcast.ca. Join our Discord. We're having some great conversations in there. We have our question of the week. And, I think once Mythic Quest finally kind of starts here, we can probably drop a channel and Discord for spoilers that people want to talk about.
I like that. That's great.
All right. So check out our show notes for all that stuff and below. That was This Time with the Movie Podcast, and we'll see you next.